you can imagine, this is when things got really out of control. Luckily, those guys were interested in knowing what we'd found out. Otherwise, I doubt they'd have let us live. Of course, that blow to the head knocked me out, and I didn't know what was going on for quite a while. When I came to, I realized that we were flying in a helicopter. My head ached and pounded, and when Gina told me what happened to Clive, well, I felt absolutely awful to know they'd done away with him. I couldn't stop thinking that if I hadn't gone to the museum that night, he'd still be alive. I did my best to get over it, and decided that feeling sorry for him would get us nowhere. The sad truth was that I'd have the same fate as Clive if I didn't come up with a plan. The instinct for survival and a desire for revenge took over my thoughts, and I totally forgot about Clive. A bit later, the helicopter began to descend. I could see we were landing in a desert area in the middle of what looked like an old oil field. We were taken out of the helicopter and put inside of an old cabin. It was pretty obvious they were mainly interested in Gina. As soon as we got in the cabin, they tied her to a chair and started to beat the living daylights out of me. They put me to sleep once again with a well-aimed pistol whip at the back of my neck. When I woke up, I was all turned around and I thought my head was going to explode. Ouch! Oh, my aching head. Those wretched thugs smacked me up good. I swear these insane murderers are gonna pay for this. On top of it all, they stole everything I had on me. My wallet, my car keys, my piece of amber. Everything. I'll try to get my stuff back. But the first thing I've got to do is find out what they've done with Gina and try to get out of this huge mess in one piece. There's a fairly large crack in the middle of the door.
I'm starting to lose my temper, Gina. I want answers. And I want them now.
I already told you everything I know. I was just with Johnny for a second or two, and he didn't tell me anything.
You're not expecting that pipsqueak over there to get you out of this mess, are you? He's such a sissy. I only hit him twice, and he was on the floor like a sack of potatoes.
Leave me alone. You're just a bunch of filthy murderers.
I have to help Gina. Those animals are capable of doing anything.
Alright, so now we actually get to play here. Let's see what we can see in the room. Okay, it's a freezer.
Fresh Bubbles, the soft drink preferred by more Americans. It weighs a ton. There's no way I can get it to move if it's full.
If it's full. Okay, so then probably we're gonna have to move it. Open the freezer. Empty it? No, not that.
It weighs a ton.
Open the freezer lid, see what's inside.
There isn't even a can of soda, but it's full of huge blocks of ice.
Okay.
Some windows just don't open. Doesn't matter anyway. It's too small to climb through. Done that. Now it'll start to defrost.
Okay. Let's see. What is that? I'm just looking for things that are kinda out of color scheme.
I'll take it with me, but there's no way I'm cleaning this pigsty up.
Why can't I pick up the knuckles? Fabric torn to
What?
shreds.
This is my shirt! Those jerks tore it to shreds! They couldn't even sell this at a secondhand store.
Okay. Bellow.
This might come in handy.
What else? Let's see. rag.
It's a chamois. I may be needing this.
Let's see.
Done.
Okay.
Now the chamois can be used for cleaning.
Okay.
The glass is so filthy the light can barely get through.
Oh, so that's not wood? I thought that was wood. So I guess that's why we use this.
Okay, that way I can get the sun to come in through the window. Let's wipe it clean.
Alright.
Wow, hard to believe the layer of dirt on there. Let the sun shine in. All right, now that the power to the freezer's been cut off, the lid is open and the sun is shining in on the blocks of ice. I think it'll defrost in a jiffy.
Okay, but how are we gonna get the water out? We can't lift it.
It's been a while. Let me see. The ice is completely melted, but now the freezer's full of water.
Okay. Oh, what was that? Nice, a drain.
Yeah, that's how I'll empty the water out of the freezer. Okay, it looks like it's all empty now.
So we should be able to move it?
Okay, here we go. I think I can move it now that it's empty. Cool, a trap door.
Okay, but it's got a
I knew it.
lock.
Something was telling me the solution was hiding under that heavy freezer.
But it's got a lock on it. Brass knuckle. I have no idea what that is or where that's supposed to be. Shelves. Ooh, crowbar.
Yeah, this should come in handy. Yes, I'll try to pry the padlock off.
Boom.
Done! Now I can get the heck out of this wretched cabin. Alright, I think I can slip out under the cabin. I'll be careful not to go out through the front so they don't catch me. Here we go! I made it out. I'll hide behind those rocks and think about what to do next.
What?
Hello. What rock did you climb out from under, handsome?
Hi.
He's here to rescue us, girls. We're saved.
To rescue you? But I thought I was the one.
Did that lizard Jules send you?
Jules? Wait, hold on. I don't know what you're talking about. I just escaped from that cabin there. Some mafia thugs were holding me prisoner. Me and my, a friend of mine. You've got to help me set her free. Her life is in danger.
I was just in that cabin a while ago. We saw a chopper fly in, and I went there to ask for help. But some guy with an eye patch told me to do an about face and never come back there if I didn't want to become buzzard food.
Listen, cutie, we're in a jam here too. We are artistes on a nationwide tour, and our bus broke down a week ago. We've been stuck in this godforsaken desert all this time.
Our driver Jules, who accompanied us on tour, went for help. And well, we haven't heard from Jules again. I bet that jerk took off with all the money we gave him and left us out here to become cactus fertilizer.
Jules said he knew of a shortcut through this hot desert, and that we'd get to Las Vegas much faster his way.
I bet the swindler had it all planned out. I bet he broke the bus himself to steal our money and leave us here with the rattlesnakes.
Well, I see you're not doing much better than me. But I'm sure we can work together to find a way out of here. The most important thing to me is freeing Gina. Those guys are dangerous and might do away with her at any moment. And you girls have to help me.
Don't get me wrong, but I trust guys like you less and less every day. Who is this Gina woman? Why are they holding her captive in that cabin? Who are those guys you say you're running from? And most importantly, who are you?
It's a long story, and we're running out of time. Believe me, I'm one of the good guys, and I can assure you they're the bad guys. Will you help me? By the way, my name's Brian.
Hi, I'm Carla.
And I'm Mariola. Charmed.
And I'm Lula, and hey, we're with you on this, you big hunk. We'll help you out. Do you have a plan, dear?
A plan?
Of course, a plan to free your girlfriend and get us innocent lambs out of here.
She's not my girlfriend, and, well, I haven't thought of a plan yet.
She's not your girlfriend.
A handsome man like you with no girlfriend?
You don't like women much. That's it, isn't it?
Okay, she is my girlfriend. And I think I do have a plan. Just let me think a while and let the plan develop.
Develop. In the meantime, I'm gonna rehearse my new dance move.
Yeah, and I'm going to get back to my tan.
And I'm going to rest for a while. I'm simply exhausted.
Okay, so apparently we have new allies.
Got it.
What do you mean you got it?
Hey! Don't you want to hear my plan?
Why don't you just wait until you got everything ready? Okay, Luscious?
Okay. Don't wear yourselves out, girls. Okay, first of all, let's go over the plan again. Wow! What a sweet setup they've got here. Very chic. I like it. I see Carla's lying down and back.
Okay.
It's full of lipstick. Well, I'll just grab whichever.
A lipstick?
I don't plan on using any myself, but I might use it for something else.
What is that? Item under bed?
It looks like a handle to something, like a flashlight maybe. It wasn't a flashlight after all. It's a handheld vacuum. I know I can use this.
Middle shelf?
Full of necklaces. I don't need any neckwear.
Sunglasses?
It's okay. I'm sure the girls have plenty. Maybe I'll show how thoughtful I am by giving them to Gina as a present.
Let's see. Go to the back of the bus. Oh god. Everybody needs one of these in their house. Everybody needs a Mr. Slave. And a flamingo, apparently.
Excuse me, Carla?
What the heck?
Yes, honey.
Can you think of any way to set my friend Gina free and get us all out of here?
Listen, sweetie pie, I'm in no condition to be thinking. But besides brawn, you seem to have brains, so I'm sure you'll dream something up. What I can tell you is not to trust that Gina girl much. She's got more lizard in her than my nicest purse.
Have you been together for long? Lula, Mariola, and you?
Mariola and I have been together for over 15 years. Back then, our stage name was Hernandez and Fernandez. Times were crazy, and our show was just divine. About 5 years back, we met Lula and created the Divas. Since then, we've acted as a threesome on the best stages this country has to offer. We've been a huge success.
You look exhausted.
Utterly, darling. Listen, I was a bit indisposed when I woke up yesterday because of some stomach trouble, so I took a pill I keep just for these occasions. The trouble is, I forgot you can't mix the pills with alcohol because they knock you out. So I had a Turkish passion in the evening. I invented that nectar-like delight, by the way. Ooh, sister, you can't imagine what happened. It's like I was frozen in space. My graceful body seemed to weigh a ton. Just horrid. I'm feeling a tad better today, but I'm still a bit peaked. I need to get some beauty sleep.
Oh god.
Are you gastrically challenged?
Well, look, they're just momentary bouts of pain. You know, once in a while, you overburden your system and things go out of whack.
I just happen to have a bit of heartburn. You wouldn't let me try one of those pills you take, would ya?
Darn, I just ran out. When I went to take one yesterday, there were only 2 left in the bottle. I took one and dropped the other one, which fell through that grating on the floor.
Of course it did.
And you say that if you mix those pills with alcohol, it knocks you out cold?
Let me tell you, honey, that mix is a time bomb, and the effects last for hours.
You mentioned the Turkish passion. What's in that?
Oh, that's a woman's secret, my love. My delectable blends are renowned. The Turkish passion is one of my personal favorites, but I've created many more. There's the Gentle Frenzy, Black Autumn, Love Juice, Brandy Alexandra. Anyway, there's a million, and they'll all drive you wild.
I'll let you get some rest, Carla. See ya.
Toodaloo, cutie!
Alright, so obviously... Oh, what's that? I will tell you what I'm thinking in just a second, but I want to look at
It looks like
around.
hair thread, and there's a needle next to it. I'll take the needle too. Maybe I can use it somewhere.
Okay. But anyway, obviously, if the pill got dropped down the grate, we can use it there
Good idea.
to pick it up.
Maybe I can find the pill that Carla dropped. I'll open up the vacuum cleaner bag and see if Lady Luck is on my side. Bingo! Here's the pill.
Okay. And then also, it was talking about this basketball needing stitching. I just realized we just got
Hey,
needle
I'll
and
try to
thread.
stitch it. Oh,
Okay.
that turned out better than I expected.
And bellows can be used to put air into
Let's
stuff.
see if I can blow it up with this doohickey. It worked! You can't even tell where I stitched it up.
Okay.
I can't do that without the key.
Okay.
It's interesting.
This is interesting. Alright.
I think there's someone over there. I'm afraid he's not one of the good guys. He looks like a buff type of guy that might shoot you in the back. He must be guarding that barn or something. I can't let him see me.
Plunk.
I'll take a peek through that crack there. Inside is the chopper they used to bring us to this desert. Of course. Now I understand why that lummox is there. They're using the barn as a hangar and he's guarding. I'll enter through the rear window.
Plunk.
So he's drinking stuff. Can
Made
probably...
it. No one could beat me at this sport. Made it. No one could beat me at this sport.
Excellent choice. If what Carla told me about the effects of the pill being mixed with alcohol is right, this guy will go out like a light, fast. But it's impossible to do it without him noticing. I have to distract him somehow in order to stick the pill into the can behind his back.
Okay, so we have to leave the barn. Maybe they can use... Well, they obviously have to use the basketball for something, right?
Yeah, there's something to that idea. Maybe I can get Lula to admit who she really is and get her to distract the muscle man in the barn. Lula, come look!
Hey, big boy, I didn't know you liked sports. Where did you get that basketball? Throw it to Lula. This is the ball from the first match I won my first title at.
I knew it! Give up the act, sister! You're Lou Lemaire, aren't you? And I see you can still work wonders with a basketball.
Of course, I've still got the magic touch. Why do you think I was named most valuable player in the league 3 years in a row?
Too bad that all went by the wayside when you messed up that last basket in the 95 finals, huh?
It was a personal foul, for goodness sake. That vision impaired bat of a referee didn't see it. Those journalist leeches looked the other way. Everyone in the whole pavilion was blinded by my grandeur. But it was a personal foul.
Okay. Pipe down, Lula. That's all in the past now. Best not to stir up old memories. After all, who hasn't missed a basket at some point? When completely alone under the basket? While vying to win the NBA Finals? It really isn't that important.
Dare you insinuate that there was no foul,
No, of course not. Of course there was a foul. On purpose, too. What's important now is you gotta help me out by distracting that guy I told you about. Being who you are, you won't have any problem with a little competition hooping cans into a bucket, will you? I'm sure you'll beat him easy, and that way you can soften the Studley thing up a bit.
All right, you win. But with two conditions. One, that all that hearsay about my past remains entre nous. I really want to protect Carla and Mariola from this. And two, well, look. Ever since ever since that personal foul that kept me from making that basket in the finals, I've been drained of my self-confidence. I'll probably prance up to the sky, and I won't know what to say or do. So, you have to come along and talk for me.
But that's impossible. I can't let him catch sight of me or he'll recognize me. He has to have seen me when they brought me in the helicopter.
Yes, I understand. Well, I've got it. Listen, dear, we have some of those cutesy little receivers you place inside your ear. They blend in entirely. We use them for some of our cabaret acts. Here's the plan. I stick it in, and you use a walkie-talkie to whisper my lines to me. Tell me you love the idea?
I guess it's okay. Let's try it.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing here? This is private property, so you better vacate the premises.
Well, you see, didn't you say he was an Adonis?
Calm down, Lula. Tell him you were just passing through, that you saw what nice hoops he was shooting into the tank, and he's not bad.
Well, as I said, I was passing along and saw you toss some cans at that tank. And I said to myself, ooh, this guy's pretty hot. At basketball, that is.
Pretty hot? Very hot, you mean? I don't think you'll come across anyone that can shoot hoops like me.
Tell him you're not so bad yourself. Challenge him to throw from further away. That way, he'll get out of the way, and I can come right on in.
Well, to tell you the truth, hot stuff, I can shoot baskets just as well as you can. And from even further away.
Yeah, right. You must be joking, aren't you? You don't really think you can beat me?
Follow me if you dare, and I'll show you.
I shouldn't leave my post, but Rocco Wallace is always willing to take on a challenge. I'll laugh my head off teaching this ditz a lesson.
Anyway, I see there are quite a few empty cans around here. Ooh, look at this.
How about that? I have to admit you ain't bad, but I can do better.
I have to take advantage of this nice moment of privacy to do whatever I need to do.
What's this hook?
Get even farther away.
Okay. I can spike the beer now that the gorilla's left his cage. There we go. I hope he finishes that can before opening another. I think he's coming back. Better take off so Biceps Boy doesn't find me and ruin everything at the last moment. Cross your fingers.
Man, that last sip of beer was a killer. I think I'm losing it. I better have another drink.
Congratulations. It worked. He is so tired he can barely move. Hey, pal, what? Feeling drowsy, are we?
What are you doing here, Pipsqueak? I don't know how you got out of the cabin, but as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna grind you into hamburger meat. Just wait for this dizzy spell to pass, and you're gonna get it.
You're in no state to be threatening anyone, Mac. When you snap out of it, if you do, we'll be long gone. Okay, we can't waste a second. I'll go open the barn door. That chopper will get us all out of this dust bowl. Let's go over the plan again. We've got to get the thugs' attention so they leave the house. Then I can go in and untie Gina, and we'll escape through the trap door. When those thugs go back inside the house and realize Gina and I are gone, we'll implement part 2 of the plan. Somehow locking the bad guys inside the cabin so they can't come after us. Last of all, part 3 is finding a getaway vehicle. We seem to be in the middle of a desert, so going on foot is out. And to get away, we can use the helicopter. Don't really know who's gonna fly the thing.
Okay.
That contraption will get us out of here, even if I have to fly it myself. I can't really use it because it's all covered with paint.
I mean, you can't use it because it's covered with paint.
You better head straight for the cabin before Gustav and Theodore realize you ran away, weakling.
I'd better carry it with the lid on.
Yeah, keep that jaw away from me. It's dangerous.
Dangerous? This mere little glass jar? And here I thought you were a tough guy.
It's not the jaw that's dangerous. It's the wild ants in this area.
Ants?
Yeah, they go berserk over peanut butter.
Listen, you're worse off than I thought.
Think whatever you like, moron. See that wood left over behind there? It was a nice old rocking chair. A few days ago, I left a jar of peanut butter open on it. And when I came back a few hours later, the rocking chair was just as you see it now, with a million ants all over it.
Yeah, whatever you say. It reminds me of one my dad used to have in the backyard. As a kid, I'd entertain myself by banging on it with a baseball bat. The truth is, I was a bit wild in those years. I'm afraid I wouldn't get very far on it.
Is there anything on it we can use?
Yeah, it'd be nice for me to relive old times and unleash some of that pent-up rage I hold within. It's very therapeutic, I assure you. It's one of the footrests from the motorcycle. It fell off when I hit it with the crowbar. I may be needing this. Yeah, I think they'll fit together somehow. Perfect! Now the lever's as good as new. It works! The door closed. Let's see what's inside. This might come in handy.
A key? Is it the key to the fridge? Like the one thing that said that needed a key?
Let's see if I'm lucky. And this key is the one to the fridge. Well, let's see what we've got here. I'll grab the butter.
Butter?
Looks like Carla didn't even notice. But I locked the door again just in case.
That's kind of cool.
A graveyard. And as far as I can tell, most of them are military aircraft. From around the time of World War II, I'd say.
Helmet? Take a helmet.
It's a bit old, but it might save me from any other punches.
Machine gun.
It's a little rusty, but I bet it might still work if I grease it up.
If you grease it.
No need to get in there. Since the plane is lying on its belly, they probably used the machine gun from the ground. It's unbelievable how much combat planes have changed. Imagine the pilot's face if they put him at the controls of an F-18.
Bullet belt.
It's in good shape, and I could actually use it if I find some bullets to fill it up. It's a little rusty, but I bet it might still work if I grease it up.
Okay, I think that's pretty much all that we're gonna find here. Let's go to this area, the one we haven't been to yet.
Wow, looks like the railroad tracks come all the way up to here. Although judging by the look of that train car, the tracks must be from the 1800s. It's old, but seems like it's still strong and sturdy. There are probably some explosives left in there.
Explosives?
Man, it is really stuck.
Well, we do have a crowbar.
That won't do any good. The door's so jammed there's no space to stick the crowbar into.
Hmm. It's a train car.
Let's see what's inside. Yuck! Ugh! It doesn't smell very good in here. It's chock full of screws. I think it's one of the ones they used to build the train tracks. No, I'm not going to take the whole bucket full, but I will take one screw. It's long, so it might be good for something.
Alright, so let's see what's in the barrels.
One is closed and the others are empty. I don't know. They must have tar or something like that inside.
Well, let's find out.
This barrel here is the only one that's closed. Let's see if I can get it open. I wonder what's inside. Peanuts! I wonder how
What?
long they've been in the barrel.
What is that?
XXX. No doubt about it, it's a barrel of gunpowder. Yeah, I think the top of the screw might fit right into the opening on the peg. Presto! They fit together so well that I'll never be able to pull them apart again. Sure, I can use this to drill a hole in the barrel, no problem, but I need something to pour the gunpowder into when it starts spurting out.
Okay, well, we have a bucket.
Aha! I'll place the bucket at the bottom of the barrel so the gunpowder falls in when I screw the hole into the barrel. I've got it! I'll drill a hole in the barrel so the gunpowder falls out into the bucket. Sweet! Now the bucket's full of gunpowder.
Hmm.
Cool. There's enough gunpowder here to last quite a while.
Alright. I've heard of people using lipstick casings to make bullets, which is what we can use with this. Let's see.
I like that idea. Turning harmless lipstick into a high-caliber bullet. Yeah! Here we go. I'll dab a little gunpowder on the base. Ready. No need to put any more gunpowder on it. Let's see how well it fits. Perfect! Now let's see if I can make some more bullets to finish filling up the belt. Yes, I'm taking them all. With all these, I can make a bunch of bullets. All right, with all this lipstick, I can make 100 pursefuls of bullets. Ready. There was just enough gunpowder to fill up all the lipstick holders. All right, I'll fill up the bullet belt. they just slide in. Huh, what a coincidence. There's exactly the same number of bullets as empty slots.
Go fi- Hmm.
Yeah, I can use the helmet as a pot to melt the butter.
We can make our own peanut butter.
Okay, I'll put the peanuts in. Great, now all I have to do is heat it up so everything melts together nice and smooth. And ta-da! I'll have whipped up a lovely batch of peanut butter.
And I know exactly where we can get some heat. Right there.
Good thinking. With the sun beating down on the freezer lid, it must be hot enough to fry an egg. Perfect for making that tasty peanut butter. Let's leave it on the burner a bit longer so that it melts into a smooth cream. I can use the spatula from the jar of real peanut butter to stir the mixture. Well, it's not real peanut butter, but I think it'll pass. And the color is certainly just like the real thing.
And they said that the ants, or termites,
Seems like
whatever.
a harebrained scheme, but why not? Can't hurt to try. Let's see. Let's see if those ants show any sign of life. Jeez. Unbelievable. This isn't happening. Wild beasts. Absolutely amazing. They've munched up the shack into a pile of sawdust. Luckily, the things inside have remained intact. There's enough dynamite to blow this whole place up. I better
Nice.
walk carefully with this stuff on me. Wow!
Oil.
An oil well! It seems pretty old. I bet it's been running for years. Undoubtedly petroleum. No, my car doesn't need an oil change for another 5,000 miles.
Hmm. Alright. So obviously, this is going to create a distraction.
Fine plan. If I choose the right moment to blow up the well, I can draw the goons' attention. Let's put the dynamite in place. The detonator goes behind this rock, which is perfect for protecting me from the blast. Good idea. That way Mariola will think she has a darker tan. Careful, she better not notice. Didn't see a thing. Mariola, do you mind if I borrow your tanning oil?
Oh, all right, take it. I think I already have a luscious tan. Tell me, honey, don't you find me irresistible?
Oh yeah, you're one hot babe with that tan. Thanks for the suntan oil. I don't plan on lying out in the sun, but I might need it for something else. It's not the best kind of oil to grease it up with, but it should work. Alright, I think it'll work now. Let's see how that works. Perfect. The cabin is within shooting range.
Okay.
Well, here we go. A-okay. Now the machine gun is ready for firing whenever I might need it. And some bad news. Which do you want to hear first?
Oh, dear boy, start with the good news, please.
I've cooked up the perfect plan to set Gina free and get us all out of here. I'll need a bit of cooperation on your behalf, but it'll be easy, so don't worry.
So what about that bad news, darling?
Well, let's see. Do any of you know how to fly a helicopter?
A helicopter?
A helicopter?
Calm down, girls. It's no problem.
Oh, good God.
Sergeant Hewitt reporting, sir. Reconnaissance pilot from the Bravo Division, sir. Windward Regiment, 2nd Battalion, Charlie, United States Marines, sir.
You're a Marine? Oh, that's awesome, Carla. I would have never guessed. Very well then, there's no time to waste. Go get your things and take them to the chopper. Then I'll explain the details of the plan and tell each of you what your mission is. Oh, and one more thing. Remember that we're flying out on a helicopter that doesn't hold all the stuff you've got in the bus. Please, just take what you need. Oh, good thing you brought just the essentials.
I was gonna say.
Hey, you don't expect us to be taking the bodybuilder along too, do you?
He's really a nice boy, Brian. He just needs someone to set him on the right path.
Us girls will take care of that. The poor guy just needs a chance in life. We'll give him just what he deserves.
Okay, whatever you gals want. The important thing is this. Listen. First, we're going to cause an explosion in that oil well to distract the one-eyed guy and his sidekick. You're in charge of that, Mariola. Don't worry, it'll be simple. I've got it all planned out. You just have to activate the detonator and run to the helicopter, okay?
And how will I know when to push the button?
We'll use radio transmitters. You'll each be wearing one, and I'll give you instructions over the walkie-talkie. Lula, are there enough transmitters?
Yes, sweetie pie, no problem. There are more than enough.
Perfect, then. Lula, we'll be taking advantage of your excellent marksmanship, so use the machine gun I set up for you in the airplane graveyard. It's got a great clear shot to the cabin. If the plan goes off without a hitch, the oil well will blow up and those thugs will run out of the cabin to find out what happened, which is when I slip in and free Gina. All right, when the thugs go back inside, you'll start to shoot at the cabin to keep them from running after us, since they'll have realized that Gina's gone. Understood?
Understood! It's gonna be so much fun to slaughter those pigs, but when do I make a run for the helicopter?
Let's see, you'll still be too far from here, and you've got to give us cover while we retreat. Mariola, Gina, and I will be on board the helicopter. We'll take off and go pick you up at the plane cemetery.
Okay, but don't forget about me.
Calm down, nobody's staying on land. Carla, you'll start up the engines as soon as Mariola gets back from the oil well, okay? Yoo-hoo, Carla!
Huh? Oh yeah, sorry. I was just going over this flight manual.
Flight manual? Carla, are you sure you know how to fly this bird?
Why, of course. I was just reviewing certain concepts. I've got more in-flight hours than a bald eagle.
And just about the same hairdo, you old hag?
Your insides are just eaten up with jealousy.
Come on, girls, don't claw each other's eyes out. Carla, we have 100% faith in you. In our prayers, too.
This is so exciting, girls. I feel like I'm on Charlie's Angels.
Okay, enough talk. Everyone get in position. Good luck to everyone. And to myself. Okay, let's make sure everything's set up. Hey, Mariola, are you in position?
Oh, yes, of course. Ready.
Okay, wait for my signal. Lula, are you ready?
Ready when you are, and mad about going into combat.
Perfect. Just stay alert. Carla, all set?
In position, sir. Sergeant Hewitt, prepared for takeoff.
Very good. You pay attention, too. A-okay. It's time. Let the party begin! Mariola, blow up that well!
What in the world was that?
Oh man, they blew up the well.
I don't like this one bit. We gotta call the Sandrettis.
The girl's gone.
Take cover! We're being ambushed! That's impossible, crazy broad.
Fast, Lula! Climb on board!
Oh, careful with that plane, Carla!
Come on, Carla! Get us out of here!
Oh!
Wait, what's the matter now?
I broke a fingernail activating that damn detonator.